Yes, sir. Back at it again. Stay with us. Don't play with us. Back with the hot takery. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We had to let y'all ride a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We had to let y'all ride. So y'all could bounce with us.
I was over here dancing like we were over here recording
So y'all could
video
bounce.
like y'all could see me. It's okay though.
Indeed.
What's going on, people? We are back. Another episode.
In full swing. What is now episode 13, at least that, no, 14 is at least that's what we're going with in recorded history.
Boom. Another milestone reached.
So,
yes, sir.
we're going to briefly touch on the launching of the PYO network because y'all will see a slight difference in promotion. I like the joke that there's 5 of us now. So we want to keep the 5 of y'all as abreast as possible with what's going on. If you do know, you probably do because we mentioned it before. We got another podcast called the PYO podcast. That one is you might want to migrate over there if you're into comedy.
Yeah. If you're just into good, a good conversation,
You know
good
what I'm saying?
times, good laughs.
Fuckery. But we did decide to launch an umbrella network for some of our other endeavors, and so we are celebrating that. Make some noise for your boys.
Yes, sir. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Yes, indeed. So I guess we'll get right into it. Your man is off the hot seat. Your man, Jaylen Brown, I think they call him. He's off the hot seat. 3 years, $186 million for Anthony Davis. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. 3 years, $186 million. Now it's gonna go.
Making buku bread for a man who don't play basketball.
Hold on.
Nah, let me chill. He's only a part-time associate of We Don't Hoop Club.
This is crazy.
Am I wrong?
He could be making what some
now
guys are
listen,
making.
not because he doesn't want to hoop. I'm not questioning his drive, his, you know what I mean? Like what brings him to the court. I'm not questioning that at all. But his body just doesn't seem to, agree with him at times. Now, this past season, it showed up for him. You know what I mean? It didn't, as much as it could. And, they got bounced out. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, mans could hoop a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? He could be there a little bit more.
Somehow he managed to be better than Jaylen Brown.
Wow. Well,
I'm just saying.
10 feet.
I'm just saying. If we rocking with Jaylen Brown deserving every dollar, then I just want to make some noise for my boy Anthony Davis.
Exactly.
Because
well
honestly,
deserved. I'm never against the man getting paid.
And you should be grateful that he took the spotlight off that fuck-ass contract that y'all locked into, which y'all had no choice but to give that man.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
not even arguing against that.
Doesn't matter.
We're not even going to reopen that argument.
Chip bound.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Better be. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's a new sheriff in town. Anthony Davis might not let y'all do that.
Yeah.
Might let y'all do that. Nah, but in all seriousness, this contract I think doesn't have the same ring to it that a straight up $300 million or straight up $250 deal. It's very similar to the Damian Lillard extension in that we're talking about it in this 2 to 3 year chunk. And so the total, it seems like the numbers $186 million and Anthony Davis shouldn't even be in the same sentence contract wise, right? It's not quite as jarring as like when LeBron and like KD were signing like 1 year deals with like options in it,
right,
for like big money up top, but like it doesn't have the same ring to it, but it does in fact bring him to making just about what the value is for a player of his ilk, although one might argue Jaylen Brown has reset the market on the value of what a player of Anthony Davis's talents might demand.
And it also kind of makes you think, how come Kyrie couldn't get this type of money?
Huh?
I mean,
I believe this was the type of money Kyrie was getting. He just didn't want it, right? No. Didn't he say he wanted like a 5-year deal or something? He wanted like no less than 5 years. He could have got 3 years, 186.
Brooklyn wasn't willing to give him that, which is why he wanted to walk.
This ain't a 5-year deal. This is an extension.
No. I'm saying even for the 3-year deal that he got, right? Like, basically, that's like the number that he signed for is around the number where like it kind of maxes out. Like he wouldn't have gotten any higher for that. Basically, is what you're saying.
For who?
For Kyrie.
Well, also that also brings it to the other side though, which is like your original question: why couldn't Kyrie have gotten that money? Because he's not that good. Like Anthony Davis is infinitely better than Kyrie Irving as far as
Kyrie's really good though.
Yeah, but he's not an Anthony Davis level talent.
He's really good though.
Yeah, but he's not an Anthony Davis level talent. He's like maybe top 5 in his position. Like maybe. Like yeah, he's really good.
I think it's a more so clear cut top 5 in his position.
Depending on what you value at his position, but like
okay.
Of the players, what I like to go more deeply is probably role. Of the players that serve his purpose on a basketball court, I think there's an argument for him being top 5.
Right.
But I also think his value is like very similar to Devin Booker's, where it's just like, in my opinion, they're damn near interchangeable.
Okay.
Like their value to a team is kind of similar in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Now there have been people that disagree with me on that, but I personally think like Kyrie Irving is feasibly in the top 5 when it comes to on-ball shot creators. But if you value other things in a point guard, it's like we can have conversations, right? Like everybody likes to talk about skill. I like to talk about impact on a basketball court and what you bring to the table. Like, is like Kyrie like wildly better than like what De'Aaron Fox? Is there no argument that De'Aaron Fox might be a more impactful basketball player right now than Kyrie Irving is?
I see what you're saying.
But I think the discourse around Kyrie often is just like about everything he does great, which is like that's such a good luxury to have as a player. A lot of players have the discourse constantly about their shortcomings and what they can't do. And it seems like Kyrie Irving is so cool. Like the way he plays the game is so pleasing to watch, and he's so good that we only ever talk about what the fuck he does great on the court, right? Where it's like we don't necessarily talk about his shortcomings. It's not like he has these great, crazy shortcomings like that no other player has. But it's just like it's strange to me that he gets to exist in that land. And then on the other side, though, like his personal decisions in his personal life are heavily critiqued, rightfully so, in my opinion. So it's not like he doesn't understand what it is to be critiqued. But I just always find it humorous that the discussion around Kyrie Irving is usually about the good things that he does, but never really about the limitations in his game.
Okay. Well, back to
Mr. Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Now this contract, I think both parties it was a no-brainer. I don't think any of us really question if the Lakers could lock up. Number one, I've always felt like if LeBron is there, Anthony Davis is there, based off the strength of that relationship and how much it seems like he respects him as a figure in his life. And the reason that he went to LA, I think, was to absorb a lot through osmosis and actively what LeBron James has going on as a leader and as a performer and as a winner. And perhaps even as the way he cares for his body.
Yeah.
Right? I think that I don't even want to make the unfair assumption that some of Anthony Davis's issues has come from not taking care of his body. I think that that's a crazy assumption to make. These players work really hard. By all accounts, he works really hard, and I'm sure it does everything he can to be in tip-top shape. And things just happen, and sometimes our bodies aren't built to play professional basketball 82 games a year and the playoffs and just like never miss a game. That's a crazy demand to put on a human body. And somebody out there make some noise for the dickhead who's saying, well, people used to do it. People used to do it.
Not that often.
Yeah, people also used to...
It was still a rare thing.
Yeah. People also used to build large public structures mainly of asbestos.
And,
you understand what I'm saying?
And
people do a lot of things.
Was it always 82 games? I don't think so. Right?
Yeah, the modern NBA pretty much, as we know it, has always been 82 games. But
okay.
Yeah. But like it's just like when those players were putting that demand on themselves more often, they were wilding, and a lot of them paid a hefty price for it. You can't be like you can't mourn what could have been with Derrick Rose and then also be like, these players are bitches. Like, those, I don't even know how people have these just opposing ideas. Yeah. But it'll be the same guy that be like, damn, we really missed out with Derrick Rose. That'll be like, this nigga sitting out?
Yeah.
What the fuck wrong with this nigga? Why you sitting out? Like, dog, you said you missed Derrick Rose, nigga.
Yeah.
You said you missed Derrick Rose. This nigga trying to give you what you love, what you need, nigga. Like, niggas be getting on Kawhi. Like, it was this clip of Kawhi of Paul George making a joke that the nigga was having this fucking 30-year-old man trying to run up and downs for airballing a shot. And nigga Kawhi said he not running.
I'm not running.
I'm
an airball again.
Yeah, some nigga on Twitter like, oh, that's crazy. It's terrible leadership, and it's the problem with these entitled-ass players. I'm like, dog, Kawhi Leonard has a degenerative knee issue. Limped his way to a fucking finals MVP with the Toronto Raptors and has had trouble managing that fucking same knee for the last 7 years. We not new to this. We true to this with him. What the fuck am I doing running an ancillary up and down for you? With this gimpy-ass fucking knee. Carrying 220 pounds of fucking lean muscle on this gimpy knee. That's never going to be the same.
Just because I did something that I'm definitely going to do again. At some point. Like,
And if I was Kawhi and I ever airballed in the middle of a game, I would throw the whole next play away doing an up and down. I would throw the whole just to prove a point. Just to prove if I do it in practice, I do it in a game. I work hard, goddammit. Fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker? Up and down.
So you was on Kawhi's side for that one. You wasn't doing the up and down.
I'm always gonna see. The players say such ridiculous things so often that it's gonna come off like I'm not pro player. Mm-hmm. I am so pro player in so many situations until it gets fucking ridiculous or they say ridiculous things.
Right.
But why wouldn't I feel that way? You know, like I just like yeah, whatever.
Because especially as like a teammate, I mean, if he ain't doing it, I ain't doing it, coach. What the fuck? Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, he's right, actually. I will, at some point, airball again.
And that's such a grown man, too. Like, this is not... And I hate that the fans want to see these grown-ass fucking men treated like AAU children.
Yeah.
Like, go fuck yourself. I have won on the highest level twice. I am intense enough. I don't need you testing my metal.
I put two real battle-hardened franchises to bed.
I don't need you testing my metal, bro. You don't need to check my grit.
Yeah.
Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah.
It's like when niggas tell the story and like of how great a leader Tim Duncan was because he would let Pop yell at him in practice even when he wasn't wrong. Because if Pop could go hard on him, he could go hard on anybody. And I'm like, I'm cool that Tim took that as a leadership and that, like, you know, sports is like some hyper militaristic thing and there's things that happen in sports that I guess we're okay with. But I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't be mad if one day Tim was like, dog, we're at work and I'm a star performer. You will not. You understand what I'm saying, my nigga? Because if it was any other profession where I get paid more than you, like, think about that. The coach is cussing me out and I make more than him. If I was in any other corporate structure and I was clearly more valuable to the company than you, to the point where I made X amount of millions more dollars than you, and it was clear in our paychecks that are public information, you ripping into me, dude, behind closed doors? I might go to the strip club later and put your daughter through school.
Nah.
Have you lost your mind?
This guy's crazy.
Listen.
This guy's insane.
Are you crazy, bro?
Nah.
Am I lying?
I get what you're saying, though.
In what other circumstance does a nigga that makes way more money than you, are you, like, talking down to him and trying to, like, demean him as a 10-year professional at his craft who is more valuable to the company than you? And I'm not against coaching. I think that the wealth of player podcasts have put on display that a lot of these players, even while having been pretty good, don't know shit about basketball. So I'm not against good coaching. You got to be able to coach well. I just don't know if we got to do all the other shit, if we got a team full of professionals. However, oftentimes, athletes are not the most professional. And I don't say that as a disparaging remark.
But
or
at the same time, though, a lot of their own podcasts, though, it's not really analytical based, though. They're not really talking about X
and there are some good ones.
X's and O's. Like
and there's some good ones.
About a lot of personal, just
yeah. And this is to be specific. This is not shade towards Paul George, who has a podcast that I enjoy. It's not shade towards Pat Beverly. Right? There's a specific set of players who I won't mention. Mm-hmm. Honestly, if y'all want a hint, one of them is going to come up later in this podcast. And boy, wow. Why do I hate this guy? Why am I sick of him? Oh, man, I'm exactly so tired of him.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
However, to get there, we got to get to this. So niggas is real upset about this FIBA roster, huh? And I remember us being unenthused.
Definitely unenthused. Upset is crazy to me.
Yo, niggas is online like, yo.
Yeah, upset is insane because when you line up our roster compared to, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at it from our perspective, it's definitely gonna be a very biased view because we don't know a lot of these other international players. We don't know how good these other guys are. But what we do know is we are the best at basketball in the world.
Cumulatively.
Cumulatively. 100%, right?
For the first time in the world, though, in history, though, I think. Mm-hmm. And here's what I'll say, right? To touch on the supposed anger behind the FIBA roster, I think people are realizing that we're in the future now. Steph Curry is 34 years old. Kevin Durant has 20.
Oh, yeah. All of the guys that we once upon a time just grew up on and, you know what I mean? And seen, it's over. It's done.
And to connect that dot, we have cumulatively the most talent, all right?
Yeah.
Of any one league.
Yeah.
The best players in the world don't play for us.
Right.
So that's why this team looks like this, is because Jokic is not on it, and Giannis is not on it, and Luka is not on it.
Right.
Because they're on other teams.
Those guys' own prospective teams aren't as good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Those guys are so good that they can probably win you a game.
Of course.
If they're the best player on the court.
Of course. But
there's never been a situation.
Them being on their own national teams, it's never going to amount enough to what we have going on.
Listen, I believe that a player like Jokic or a player like Giannis can win you a game.
What?
If they're the best player on the court. We've never, ever seen a situation where the best player on the court wasn't wearing our jersey, bro. I don't think we've ever
played
seen
Luka
that.
Doncic in the Olympics already.
He wasn't the best player on the court.
Oh, that's what you mean. Like if
I think that
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
The right guy can win you a game.
I don't know.
We've always had 2 or 3 of the best players on the court.
I don't know, man.
We could find ourselves in a situation because I'll tell you this.
I don't think the Greece team has enough. Like let's say Giannis drags that team all the way through FIBA.
I won't listen to you talk about Thanasis like this.
I don't think.
I won't let you disrespect Thanasis like this.
I do not think even with Giannis on that team.
You don't think Big Thanasis and Giannis can get this
done? Stop saying that.
All right, just get it on the table now.
I don't think that's
you don't like Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
I didn't say that.
You don't fuck with him. All right, so can you tell me 3 things you like about his game?
Can you? Huh? Hold on. Can you?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Dude's fucking jacked.
That's not basketball.
Oh, that's what he does.
Okay.
He does brolic shit on the court.
He runs really fast.
No finesse. Okay, that's 2. Dude's jacked. He runs really fast, and
he's super athletic.
He's related to Giannis.
Yep.
Millions of dollars.
Right.
I wish I was related to Giannis. Not for the early years though. I wish I could skip the early years. I don't want to sell trinkets on the streets of
Listen,
Greece.
bro. The Greece team not touching us. Serbia not touching us.
Don't do that.
Not touching us, even what Jokic did.
What else does Nikola Jokic have to do?
Not touching us, bro. Not touching us.
All right, so you're going to make this mistake again? Are you going to make this mistake again?
Oh, man.
Bro,
touching us, bro.
Say you're going to make this mistake again then.
Not touching us, bro.
That's how you felt this year when I kept telling you that Big Jokic was going to... Now, I was wrong about the MVP. Sue me. You saw what the guy who got it did. Ooh.
Yeah, he got sent home.
Sue me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was a little off about the third MVP. But it was Jokic's world and we was just living in it. Did I not say that?
Okay.
All the way to the playoffs, baby. Didn't see you guys there.
Right.
Didn't see you guys in the
I
dance.
don't even know why we're talking about it because
Sorry.
Jokic is not even playing in FIBA anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Didn't see you guys at the dance. But you know what else? It's a little bit of a different landscape. Like there's some guards playing for Canada that I wish we had.
Shy.
I could use a Shea. I could use a Jamal Murray. I could use a Corey Joseph.
I don't think Jamal Murray's playing in FIBA this year.
Oh, I mean, I saw him warming up with Team Canada. Is he just providing them like a body to scrimmage? No, I mean he might just be fucking with them for national purposes. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But he is eligible. Bottom line, like if he wanted to suit up, he can. So yes.
Shout out to Anthony Edwards. Just adding to the legend. He's building a legend. Anthony Edwards is building a legend.
What do you mean?
He got to stop. He got to lead them gay people alone. He got to stop screaming wild shit at gay people out his window. But Anthony Edwards, at least stop posting it. But Anthony Edwards, just a nice little legacy builder. He's listen, the NBA, I don't know if they'll succeed, but it seems like they're getting shit done quick. With this play-in and now this midseason tournament, it feels like what the NBA wants, the NBA gets. And the NBA and the rest of the world, I think, are trying to position FIBA as the premier world basketball enterprise, right? Like similar to FIFA in that way, where it's like maybe the Olympics don't matter as much.
Yeah.
Not that they don't matter, but as much, right?
Because it's on a yearly scale. Like it happens every year.
And so if we do this repositioning and like FIBA births count as much as USA births, maybe in the American consciousness, then here Anthony Edwards is on an Olympic team, like not an Olympic team, but like on like a premier world basketball team, like that. Like let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck it, that's great. I think he's setting up for a nice beginning in his career. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. He just always finds himself in good spaces. You gotta like that.
I mean, you know.
Gilbert Arenas.
The boy could ball, man.
Gilbert Arenas with his trash ass take on why Trey not on the team.
What'd he say?
He said, "Oh, cause he Nike, cause he Adidas."
What?
He said it's cause he Adidas and like the whole USA shit is sponsored by Nike and it's just nonsense. Like, however, Tim McMahon, I believe, definitely reported that the last time Trey was in a USA environment, it was not great. And like somebody screamed at him if he was ever planning to play some fucking defense.
Oh, wow. Wait. Question. Wasn't James Harden on the U.S. national team at some point?
I believe he's been on one before, yeah.
And like the FIBA, even like the FIBA basketball team as well, right?
I get it mixed up. Some of them have done both. Some of them have done both. Some of them have done one.
James Harden is an Adidas athlete.
Oh, that whole take is kind of trash. But you know what? Shout out to Gilbert Arenas. He's using what God gave him. That's all the fucking brain power he has. You gotta give that man some respect.
Okay.
He's using it all.
Okay.
He's using it all. But I think he's making the most clear connection he can in his mind. And it's not so patently unbelievable. Like it's not like the shoe thing doesn't matter. Right? It's not like the money that the league makes from certain things and sponsorships doesn't matter. But just like the idea that Team USA would put winning behind that, it's just ridiculous. Now, granted, some people are just like, well, there are players or Trey is better than. Maybe Trey sullied a relationship and they're trying to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
Or maybe they think Jalen Brunson is better than Trey Young. I don't know.
Who knows?
I doubt they think that.
Who knows?
But some people think that. Do you think that? Ooh, wow.
Fit better is the question?
Yeah, this nigga from New York. He said, fuck Trey Young.
Fit better?
I said, who's better?
Who is better?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Trey Young is better than him.
Oh, all right.
No. Trey Young is better than him.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm just saying who fits better for what they're looking for.
Fit in, don't fit out type of deal?
It doesn't always mean like the better player. No? You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like Jalen Brunson probably just fits into like the system that they're trying to, you know what I mean? Like that they're trying to run during this FIBA tournament. So it's like that could also be a factor into it. But also Jalen Brunson is not the only guard on the team. So it's like
Tyrese Halliburton made it.
But that's also
now,
another guard.
This is the great question though.
What?
Trey Young or Tyrese Halliburton?
Trey Young.
You taking Trae Young?
Yeah.
I gotta go Reese then.
Right.
I gotta go Reese then. It's real early.
Yeah.
And listen, he is not the scorer that Trae Young is.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm putting Trae Young on that roster
before Tyrese Halliburton.
Me personally, and that's nothing against Tyrese Halliburton because you've already made me eat crow when it comes to Tyrese Halliburton, and I would admit that. You feel what I'm saying? Like I had it completely wrong about the guy.
Yeah, that nigga fucked up.
I didn't see it.
Fucked up.
I just didn't see it.
Yeah,
you saw it though. You know what I'm saying? And boy's the truth. You feel what I'm saying? Like he's a really, really good basketball player.
Pure unadulterated truth.
And
unlike
as
Paul
just
Pierce.
as just oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, continue.
You just love doing that.
Fuck that nigga.
I get it. But Tyrese Halliburton, he's a really good basketball player. And as far as just him playing true like point guard, like the real position, who can also like at any point give you 20, 30 points. You know what I mean? In the blink of an eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not consistently.
The nigga said you need some oral support.
Yo, oh man.
Yo, are you just offer up your
He's been going crazy lately, by the way.
Lately?
No. Yes, as of late, my favorite player has been going insane.
Crazy that you still call him that. You should get him a mug.
What do you mean?
You should get him a my favorite
Listen,
player mug.
yo, Paul, if you ever hear this, man, you hear this, my boy. Listen, Harry, fuck what he talking about,
Jason
bro.
Tatum better.
I mean, yo, listen, like I said, fuck what he talking about.
So why
man.
Jason Tatum not your favorite
You
player?
my dog.
So why Jason Tatum not your favorite player?
Cause I grew up on Paul Pierce.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
But
like
you gonna grow old with Jason Tatum.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
So by the end, if he stay, probably.
Who you talking about? JT?
Yeah, JT. If he give you to like 33, 34 before he ever leave, or he never leave.
Oh my God, yes.
Favorite player?
Yes.
All right.
Because by then, we chip our body. 100%.
Now he gonna look good in Lakers gold.
Wow. That's crazy.
Keeping it funky. I'm about to blaze the stage right now. Because if you know me, you know I hate certain niggas. And it just so happens that Steven Jackson.
Oh my goodness.
It just so fucking happens that Steven Jackson has given me the opportunity to talk about how much I can't stand this nigga. And I'm just going to keep it funky.
Stack, he going rogue on this
I'm just going to keep it so funky. Right? Because it start with the whole still trying to glorify the street shit, but at the same time it's trying to play minister. But let's go back to the fucking beginning. Ice Cube's funky ass is on this shit with the big three now, trying to put some type of racial pressure on the NBA to support this league that was... This turned from the little engine that could to the little engine that need to fucking stop. This shit is out of line. It's out of pocket. Like, I'm so insulted when people prey on the quote-unquote black consciousness and try to weaponize pro-blackness and make you feel like if you disagree with them, you are anti-black in some form or fashion. Mm-hmm. What about the fucking big three? Like, what about the big three suggests that the NBA should pull resources behind it? It seems to me that simply the fact that it exists and is black owned in some capacity merits to most people that the NBA should just buy it as some righteous cause.
It's a place where the retired players can go. And they can still profit off of it, no?
No.
No?
What the fuck? What makes you think the NBA could turn a profit off of that? What the fuck? I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't catch you at the last game. I didn't see you there, bud.
I've been to a game.
Yeah?
I went to the Barclays.
And I've never heard you talk about it. First time I'm hearing of it. Yo, they don't even. You ain't even get them niggas no pub. Nah.
Hey, my fault. You got me on that one.
But this whole argument that the NBA, like, first, and I say this respectfully because I am a huge WNBA fan and don't have anything against the WNBA. But y'all niggas ain't the WNBA. We're not just about to take an L on y'all.
Right.
Because Cube own it. Cube say wild shit all the time.
Right.
People love that Ice Cube is a rapper turned friendly movie star. Go back and listen to Ice Cube music. I'm not trying to villainize black music. I enjoy it. Right? But like, this was not like some miracle spiritual, like, elevate your consciousness shit. This was that real hardcore energy.
That gritty grime.
All right? Like, this nigga put out a diss song called No Vaseline. Yeah. I'll let you guess what that's a reference to.
Right.
And I don't shit on it. Obviously, I'm well versed and understand and enjoy this music. I'm just saying, this is the nigga the same NBA that told Allen Iverson he couldn't rap about wilding the fuck out. They gotta throw themselves behind Cube? Cause that nigga made Are We There Yet? Have you seen Friday? I love it.
Absolutely.
NBA can't stand behind that. Lost your fucking mind. Lost your fucking mind. When you gonna let me fuck Miss Keisha? The NBA? Now listen, it ain't even that. Like, we get to grow, we get to change, and Ice Cube make more money than me. So, holla fucking Lugia.
Right.
But this whole, like, when you trying to put pressure on the league and then inadvertently put pressure on me as a black person, nigga, Cube. When the next movie coming out? Because we doing a lot.
That's it, though?
Honestly, since Trump been elected, we've been doing a lot, Cube. We've been doing a lot. Mm-hmm. Ever since and this is the ridiculousness of the world that Donald Trump created. Ever since Donald Trump met with Ice Cube to discuss initiatives for the black community, I have not gotten a night of solid sleep. I have not slept well. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, right, and I run to the bathroom and vomit.
Okay. This is a
because the president met with Ice Cube. This is a basketball podcast, but we got to talk about things that happen in the basketball world. And the reason that we're talking about this Ice Cube Big 3 shit is because Steven Jackson, who plays in the Big 3 occasionally, was at an interview where he too was trying to apply pressure on the NBA to support the Big 3. And he made a fucking mistake. I'm gonna take a sip because I don't. You know what this nigga said, don't you? Oh, this is great. He said he was the face of the biggest civil rights movement ever. We live in a world where the Salt March happened, the Million Man March. Martin Luther King died. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Harriet Tubman.
Just recently,
Harriet Tubman in the what? The Freedom Road?
Son, the Underground Railroad.
The Underground Railroad.
Yeah, you can't be black no more. I can't believe you let them hear you slip up like that. We all slip up like that, but I can't believe you let them hear you slip up like that.
I'm sorry.
The Underground Railroad, yes.
Yes.
No fucking cap. This world is so vast. We live in a world where just recently folks in Hong Kong were being mauled by law enforcement like dogs in the street for protesting their rights and had to communicate effective ways to like overcome tactical military presence in the face of trying to exercise their right to protest.
Which is crazy.
All these things have happened in this world. And Steven Jackson is the face of the largest civil rights movement ever. And this is the problem with
this. What movement is he referring to?
He's talking about the George Floyd movement. Okay. And this is why I'm so glad you said that.
Right.
You wasn't even the face.
Yeah, bro.
It was just crazy that you knew the nigga. Let's keep it real, man. It was just crazy that you knew the nigga and that was your mans and you kind of looked like them and you called him twin and all that shit. That was the extent of that. But obviously in the circles you run in, not only was that the biggest civil rights, because I doubt Steven Jackson is aware of India's struggle for freedom. Right? Something just tells me he's not well versed.
on real
global political affairs,
on real movements that's real,
and
that's
what people have had to overcome in this world.
Yeah.
And that's not to minimize what he's had to overcome. But this nigga said he's the face of the largest civil rights movement of all time, and that sounds like some Kanye shit to me. I don't understand this guy. Why the fuck would you say that? And I know why he would say that. Because his scope of the world is so myopic. You got me using $5 words, you son of a bitch. I don't like to talk like this. This nigga's view of the world is so myopic, and the circles he running, I suppose the mental bandwidth is so lacking that he is the end all be all, the beginning, middle, and end of the struggle for freedom in this fucking country. Holy shit, it's been Steven Jackson this whole time. You know when they be like, yo, what if that nigga's Jesus?
Yeah.
It was this nigga. It was Steven Jackson the whole fucking time. This is why I don't comment on certain motherfuckers even when they're doing half decent work. Because selfishness and self-serving shit does not end. It does not end when you start tackling serious subjects.
Yeah.
You just happen to be in the right place at the right time to make some sort of effect. And instead of being grateful for that,
you overstep it and say some shit like that.
He said that shit with such confidence. He was like, yeah, I mean, like, shit, you know how the NBA is, because you got me, the face of the largest civil rights movement of all time, and they don't even want to work with me on shit. Steven.
Stat, come on, man.
You motherfucker, you.
Okay, I see your frustration.
I'm furious.
I see your frustration.
I'm angry.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
This guy's nuts.
Yeah.
This guy's nuts. So earlier in another podcast, you wanted to know why I was going a little hard at them, right? This type of shit. This is just the big moment that makes all the small moments make sense. Because a lot of times people are like, he just said this or he just said that. And I'm like, I know who this nigga is, man. I know how a nigga like that say this type of shit. I know how he think.
He faking it till he
this
make it.
This nigga's crazy, man.
Yeah, he's nasty.
He hanging out on O-Block.
He's nasty.
All right, man. We're going to talk about another Steven, man. We're going to talk about Stephen A. Smith. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Stephen A. Smith he's got both nuts on the table at ESPN, which is supposed to be the House of Mouse. Remember that Disney owns them now.
Yeah.
Why is Stephen A. Smith on his podcast saying and doing whatever the fuck he wants about whatever the fuck he wants? There have been podcasts about prostitution.
Yeah.
He did a podcast where he did the Who's on Crack bit about the sitting president's son, Hunter Biden, and then insinuated that Hunter Biden was the one that left cocaine in the White House, which, hey. Hey, man. Not on this podcast. But
yeah, we will not receive a cease and desist.
But he's a Disney employee.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking president.
Yeah.
And he curses on the show, and that's fine. I don't mind it. He really kicks it like a podcast. He's worked for this level of freedom.
I think it's real, just like separation of personal and professional. Like,
and at the risk of sounding ignorant, because much time has passed since this situation, and to be painfully honest with you, I did not do a painstaking amount of research before I made this connection. But did Jemele Hill not lose her job for saying something disparaging about the sitting president in ESPN? It's
coincidence, perhaps.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith was talking about a Democrat, not a conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Is ESPN more concerned about offending conservative viewership than they are leftish? I don't know.
Conspiracy
theory?
Because
because when I put myself out there like this without doing adequate research,
right.
You have to understand, I'm walking a plank.
So
I am at risk of being such a fucking dumbass and so wrong.
All right.
That I don't even want to put this into the ether more than I already have.
Right.
Because the risk is just being abhorrently dumb.
Yeah.
Which I only try to do on the weekends, and it is not that.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, Stephen A. Smith is kicking it however he wants, and I really just think it's him throwing his weight around and letting it be shown that he just has a level of freedom that no other black person could dare enjoy at ESPN.
Yeah.
And dare I say, many white people.
Right. Because
maybe only Stephen A. Smith can kick it like this.
Some of them can definitely slip up and say and really say the wrong thing, and they're done.
And honestly, fuck black or white. Maybe Stephen A. Smith is just the only person at the company. Maybe he's truly transcended race and that it's him.
Or he has enough skin in the game where it's just like, yo, he had, you know what I mean? A lot of people, more so, a lot more people have to answer to him than he has to answer to.
Yeah, but Bob Iger don't got to answer to him.
Right. But that goes back into separation of personal and professional. It's just like anything that's going on his podcast has nothing to do with ESPN.
But ESPN don't roll like that. Unless you him. He's him. Himmy Neutron. Stephen A. Smith. Let truth. He is justice. He is vengeance.
Stephen Him Smith.
He's the knight. That nigga don't miss.
Stephen H. Smith. It gotta be that now.
You see what this nigga Brendan Haywood said?
What?
About the coach. What the coach told that nigga? that nigga put up a bullshit hook shot, he said. And the coach pulled him to the side and said, "What the fuck are you doing? You see that? You see that guy standing in the corner? That's Dirk. That's 20,000 points. So if you put up another one of those funky ass hook shots," and my whole shit is, and the nigga was cool about it. He was like, "Hey, listen, man." And it really does break down like that sometimes, where it's like, this is the role that you get put into when you're in the NBA, and a lot of these players are good enough to play different roles in other leagues, but not in this one. Not in this one, nigga. Yeah. And not next to a nigga like that. Yeah. When we only have 5 players on the court who are responsible for a ridiculous amount of the points, right, and one guy is capable of scoring 30 out of at that point in history, probably like 90 points, like because the games were lower scoring. So that's probably a legitimate 1/3 of your team's points.
Yeah.
Standing in that corner unhit. Lost your fucking mind. I need 1 out of every 3. I need 1 out of every 3. Cause I'm 1 out of every 3.
Gotta tap him. So tap him a little bit. For sure. Land under him.
And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not one of these niggas that say I could have gone to the league. I promise you, had my basketball career continued past high school, it would have been a lot of hearing shit like that. Mm-hmm. It would have been a lot of, hey, listen, I don't know what you thought, but you're 20 years old now, and we kind of know what this is. And you're not that guy. That's that guy. And that's what sucks about team sports, is that when you're not that guy on the team,
there's sports in general.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But individual sports is like, somebody's always not that guy.
Yeah, you always sports, get that rude awakening.
In team sports, though, LeBron is LeBron, whether they win or lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Adrian Peterson was Adrian Peterson, win or lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain motherfuckers, I mean, it helps when you win. It's better when you win. But certain motherfuckers is dominant no matter what. In an individual sport, somebody go home at the end of the night, not that nigga. Right? In a team sport, the tough shit is, when you not that nigga, I promise you that nigga's in the room. You know what I mean? Like, when you getting told you not that nigga's there. To hear that, if he humble, he ain't gonna say shit. He's just gonna be like, I'm glad somebody told him because I was wondering. You know what I mean? He was moving like he was me. He is not me. You know what I'm saying? He is not me. So that's tough to hear sometimes. But as a professional,
don't be humble too. A lot of them don't be humble. Rightfully so.
Yeah. But as a professional in the NBA, I think you either get humbled real quick. Best case scenario, if you're not him, but you think you him, it's like you end up like Julius Randle. It's like somebody's giving you a try at being him at least. Hey.
Are you referring to his time on the Knicks?
Yeah, somebody's giving him a real shot to be him. Yeah. We all know he's not. But the Knicks don't.
I mean, I think,
and he's good enough. He's good enough.
I think they're getting the picture. I think that they're starting to get the picture that, I
think they should give him another year.
It was cool. We got to the second round.
You don't think now with Jalen Brunson, 3 lefties on one team is a lot? I think you got to shake something up now. 3 lefties on one team is just, it seems weird.
Why?
The whole feng shui of the court is like off. It's a lot of devil magic. I don't like it.
Too many. It's actually, like, when you put it that way, it's actually quite intriguing.
I don't like it.
3 lefties on the court.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. You can have the offense flow in the whole opposite direction.
Doesn't make sense. Plus, not going to cap.
Giving them a whole lot of
1 or 2
looks.
of them niggas can go anyway. I ain't going to say too much.
Yeah.
On who it should be.
Yeah.
1 or 2 of them boys can go. We can remake this on the fly like we always do. Well, they always do. You know, I ain't one of them. But
I think I know exactly the 2 you're talking about. I think exactly the 2.
I ain't gonna lie. One of them I don't even think should be tough. One of them I think we can get out of here quietly. One of them I think we could just sneak out of town in a garbage bag.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
He's not even one of our boys.
I knew it. I knew you was talking about it.
He's the one I think you can get out of here like a thief in the night. You could just chloroform him. You could just chloroform him and drag him out.
I knew you was talking about him, bro. I knew it, son. I'm like, nah.
Get him the fuck out of here.
You definitely talking about Buddy from up north, man.
Now, have you seen Austin Rivers' take on the whole Damian Lillard situation?
No.
He comes from an interesting perspective. And again, I think that there's been some realignments in the CBA which reinforce this idea for players. Like, I do think like the middle of the pack to like kind of bottom rung who might still see minutes of the league has kind of been like gutted. Like the middle class has been like fucking starved in a way, like just constricted. And a lot of guys have to either sign for bullshit or a ton of money. And Austin Rivers' whole take on like Damian Lillard like freezing shit up and saying he won't play for any other team, and he's like, yo, that's what free agency is for. Like, you fucking shit up for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? When you do shit like this. And I guess he came from a good perspective. I liked what he had to say about it as far as like, but a lot of people thought he was hating. And I was like, well, of course you feel that way because you're the one that's making less money now. Maybe you don't deserve the money. And it's like fair, but like he gets to have an opinion. Right. He gets to have a fucking opinion and he's affected by it. Like, we all are down to listen when the stars talk about star shit and star problems. Mm-hmm. And we all are ready to sympathize with them.
And you can't. How can you sympathize with somebody that you cannot relate to?
And honestly, I can't relate to the middle of bottom rung NBA player neither. I am not in their tax bracket. However, why can we relate more to the stars than we can to them?
Yeah.
I understand both sides. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I'm not a fan of the way Damian Lillard is going about this. And I see where it's bad for business. Mm-hmm. And I think that I'm pro player, but I'm not so pro player that I excuse everything players do. And I think that Damian Lillard is really gumming up the works, and by putting that little message out there, I think that he was trying to exercise his leverage, and it sucks that it was him that was the one that broke the camel's back with this strategy, because he's not the first to employ it. But like, there's a lot. You're under contract. Fans pay money to see these teams play. If a fan is excited to have seen their team acquire you,
fans are paying a lot of money to see him.
And I'm not even the big, like, I'm not one of those guys that's gonna be like the fans pay them niggas. No, they don't. Y'all don't sign them checks. Sorry, it's a part of the equation. But I ain't never seen the salary cap go up because more fans in attendance. The way I seen it go up when them TV deals get re-upped. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? So, if anything, TNT pay my bills. Yeah. And whoever signed the check is who pays me. That's another part of fan culture I hate. I just don't like the whole the fans pay you idea. In no other situation do we try to boil it down to like the base level of where the money comes. In that case, any Joe Blow walking down the street pays you because you don't know where the fucking money that your job gets for your fucking direct deposit comes from. You understand what I'm saying? Like, any motherfucker that might have handed any other motherfucker $1 pays all of us then.
That's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying? If that's the case, I don't see you treating your fellow man with the type of respect you do a nigga that cuts your check. Why? Because he don't cut your fucking checks. You ain't never cut Kevin Durant's check.
Yeah.
Never. Never.
Your ticket purchase is not in included into his game checks.
He is Gucci.
Yeah.
He does not report to you.
Whether you come or not, he will be receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars per game.
He owes you absolutely nothing.
Yeah. As it should be.
Of course.
As it fucking should be. Because that would kind of suck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if attendance was like a big part in your salary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, low attendance numbers will eventually reflect in your earning power.
Like imagine, like, let's say teams that are just really not doing well, like the Pistons or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure that would be a big hit in like your salary per game.
Yeah.
If nobody's coming to see.
Shout out to the guaranteed contract.
For sure.
You know Ben Simmons is still alive?
Yes, I know Ben Simmons is still alive. Your boy Bridges was definitely hyping him up. He said that he was excited for the season to start again so that Ben can show what he has in store for everybody. That's what your boy Bridges said.
The universe is so funny that like Ben Simmons will go out and have like fucking 30 and 10 all season after I say this.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's gonna fucking kill.
My opinion on Ben Simmons coming back is
he's gonna fucking kill.
Whatever, dude.
He's gonna do his damn thing.
Yeah?
He's gonna ball up for you guys.
So just let me know how many years in a row you're gonna say that before you decide that maybe it's not gonna happen.
He's gonna ball up for you guys.
Yeah.
Like maybe not 30 a game. I'm jacking 10-10-5.
I can't wait
10-10-5. That's what I'm jacking, bro.
The question is 10 what? 10 points and 10 what?
Assists.
Come the fuck on, man.
10 points, 10 assists.
Come the fuck on, man.
5 rebounds.
If it was the reverse, I could see it. I could see 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists out of him. I could see that.
No?
That's a Ben Simmons season. Prime. That's a prime Ben Simmons season.
You don't think the 10 assists?
No.
No?
Come on.
You don't want him. You don't want him running offense. He's not
surrounded by finishers.
You don't want him running offense.
It's not about that. It's not even like he has the tools to get 10 assists. He's not just some otherworldly passer.
But at the same time, it's just like you have good pieces around him. You have a Mikal Bridges. You have a
10 assists a game.
Yeah,
people rarely do that.
Find them.
People rarely do that.
Find them.
It won't be Ben Simmons with this roster.
No.
He didn't do it with Kevin Durant.
He wasn't playing.
He played a few.
He didn't play, though.
He played a few.
He didn't play, bro.
He played a few. What do you mean? I saw him.
He wasn't playing for real.
I saw him.
He wasn't playing for real.
What the
And come on, bro. Come on.
Come on, what?
Come on, bro.
He has worse pieces to play with now.
First time on the court together. Barely played.
First time on the court together with these niggas. I mean, with Mikal Bridges and them. Like, come on. This is insane, bro.
What you mean? Nah, he actually got to go through camp with these guys because he didn't start off on Brooklyn. He got traded there.
Yeah, he would be great on the Celtics.
What's all that about?
And that's how we know he sucks. And that's how we know he sucks. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for me. The old Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck. Got him. You don't want him on your team, but he's great for mine. I know.
No, that's not what I said.
So you want him on your... So you would love him on the Celtics?
No, that's not what I'm saying either.
Why wouldn't you love him on the Celtics?
I'm saying to you...
Take your defense to another level.
All I'm saying to you
6'10" point guard? You don't want a 6'10" point guard.
Why don't you want a 6'10" point guard?
Sweet. So we both agree that Ben Simmons needs to be on somebody else's team to win. I hope he go and win a championship with somebody else. I really do. I want the best for him. I want the absolute best for him. Oh, by the way, the Goofies aren't doing time. Well, sorry. Tony Allen, at least, isn't going to do hard time for him and some other NBA...
The fraud?
Some local Maroons.
The fraud case?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
Tony Allen has avoided hard time, and I guess go green. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
But he's a fucking goofy. Wasn't Glenn Davis? I hope Glenn Davis wasn't involved in that. Big Baby was involved in that. Yo, he just can't stop trapping.
Shout out my nigga Rollo and them boy getting money, man.
He just can't stop. He just can't stop.
Shout out them boy getting money. My money legal, man.
A lot of jump shots.
Whole lot of jump shots.
But you know what's crazy? Why would he post an Instagram video of his bare ass as he jumped into a pool?
I don't know, man. He's always been a character, though.
Yeah, but never that character. That's a lot.
I mean,
that was wicked.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about on some no man shit. It was just a lot. I would love to know why he would. I'd never pegged him for a basic bitch.
Like, I mean, you know,
I guess
that's his get down.
Hey, man.
We can't judge him on that.
I thought he was more artsy than that.
More artsy than what?
No. He's just a weird guy for that. But everything about him is weird. Why would you make a video on the PJ eating KFC?
Because he wanted
trying to convince us that you weren't a criminal by using your most criminal voice.
Because he wanted to shout out Rollo and them boy getting money, man.
Why would you shout them out while trying to convince us that you're not?
And he wanted to let her know that his money legal, man. His money legal, man. Whole lot of jump shots. Don't know where they was at. I ain't see the whole lot of jump shots.
Stop it.
I saw a few.
Stop it.
I saw a handful.
Marksman.
Matter of fact, I saw a handful.
Marksman.
A handful.
A goddamn virtuoso.
Yo, listen. I saw a handful of jump shots.
You saw all the jump shots, sir.
Because the way he said it, you can tell whole lotta was all caps, right?
Yeah.
Whole lot of jump shots.
Whole lot of. You know why though? Because you what? This is what comes with it. Because you went with the nigga shooting in the gym. You're not counting no practice shots right now. You count all game reps. See? He done got paid a lot of money and took a whole lot of jump shots, man. That's all he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, he done got paid a lot of money and took a lot of jump shots. He ain't say whole lot of in-game jump shots. He ain't say whole lot of meaningful minute floor spacing.
My fault.
You know what I mean?
My fault.
Remind them to see a whole lot of jump shots, just in general. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said.
All right.
Whole lot of jump shots.
That's why.
And in theory, he's taking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A WNBA. We don't mean to end this podcast on WNBA talk. We really don't. I'm just saying that because we are going to end it after the WNBA talk. But we really don't mean to do that. So, Skylar Diggins, I think, I haven't honestly done my due diligence on this, and somebody somewhere is going to be like, well, damn, my nigga, everything you talk about, you haven't done your due diligence. Go fuck yourself. I had a long day at work. Be a dick. But I think Skylar Diggins has some complaints. Skylar Diggins, or known as Skylar Diggins Smith, I believe, has some complaints about how the WNBA is handling her maternity leave. Apparently, like, she's being denied access to like team chefs and nutritionists and training facilities during her maternity leave. Which to me, again, I would want to do more due diligence before verifying these claims. But to me, the only reason I can imagine that could be true is just if they flat out couldn't fucking afford it and were cutting expenses everywhere they could. Because it doesn't make sense not to want you, if you're coming back to play at some point, it doesn't make sense for them not to want team officials as close to you as possible to make sure that you're observing the proper nutrition, physical rehab, and getting back in playing shape as safely and as quickly as possible. So the only reason I can imagine that that's the case is like if they're just fucking like bereft of funds, where it's like the NBA is just not shaking money down their tree for them to be able to afford to give you that.
I think without knowing too much, I think there's more to it. It's got to be more to that story.
You saying they just don't fuck with Shorty?
Could be that. Could be that, man. Could be a little trouble in paradise, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there definitely was a little smoke, right, with her and her coach last year because her coach said a quote about the All-Star game wouldn't be the All-Star game without Diana Taurasi.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Scott Diggins was like, that's stupid. Or some shit like that. Like, I was like, But, whatever. I'm saying, Brittany Griner home, so. Whoa.
Nah.
Nah,
No.
Please. The floor is yours.
I chuckled because
Please.
of the way you segued into that closing remark.
Fuck you mean? BG home.
Right. Cool. Real quick before we go though. Your girl Lizzie Cambage, man.
Australia's worst citizen.
Your girl Lizzie Cambage.
Australia's legitimate worst
You loved
citizen.
her. You loved her. Let's just go ahead and throw it out there. You loved her.
No.
Yes.
I'm about to lay on this fucking cross like a real one.
You loved her.
Because unlike most.
You were a Lizzie Cambage fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could talk about the reasons why, and it'll be very apparent that I'm still in the clear.
All right.
I, at one point, was young and foolish enough to just think she was hot and like her because of that basis and the fact that she was a good scorer in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
She has since demonstrated to me that she is an infuriating human being.
Mm-hmm.
Quite possibly, and I don't want to make assumptions, you never want to levy these kinds of claims against people unless you've got all your facts.
Mm-hmm.
She might be a terrible person.
Might be.
And
signs pointing to it.
And possibly a dumbass. So me personally, it's real tough. Like, I know if she ever like bottoms out and just goes full nude on OnlyFans, she might pull me back in. Because she's on OnlyFans, but it's not full nude, and that's cool. That's cool too.
This can be okay.
That's not for Papa, but that's cool.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But couldn't be on the Sparks, and I could be dead wrong. Wow, I'm putting myself in position to be dead wrong all the time. I could be dead wrong, but I would imagine, I believe that the Agumake sisters may be from Nigeria. They're on the Sparks. Bringing Liz Cambage to the team, and then reports come out that Liz Cambage referred to the Nigerian team as monkeys and told them to go back to their third world country. And listen, baby girl said she didn't do it,
but they're standing by it. Two players from the team currently are standing by those claims.
And 99% of niggas that did it say they didn't do it. That's just a statistic I'll leave with y'all. Right. I'm not trying to sway you in any way.
Right.
I'm just saying I need to know how important Liz Cambage is to the world. That forces of evil are collaborating against her for several people to say that she called them monkeys.
And to go back
Second
to
of all,
country.
Baby, we saw the footage. Why you hit that girl in her face? Maybe we judge it. Maybe judging you too hard, right? Because there is this other element where, like, when the men fight in the league, we just let it go and we celebrate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Chris Paul and Rajon Rondo waged life or death Mortal Kombat.
Right on court.
Somebody could have lost everything.
Stage.
You understand what I'm saying? Yep. And nobody cares.
Nobody gives a fuck.
But I ain't gonna lie. Liz, you got some... No, that's racist. You have some explaining to do. Because you're a terrible person. And then you're going to say, you know how you know she's a terrible person? She said, we've been in cahoots.
Yo,
that is only a term that villains use.
She used the word cahoots.
Good people have never cahooted.
Now, what we are referring to is her saying that she is trying to now join the Nigerian national basketball team. Which is so
predictable because a terrible person would want to do that. Think about how terrible a person you have to be where, like, maybe they're lying. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're lying about you calling them monkeys. So why are you trying to play for their team?
And reportedly, from one of the girls who play for the Nigerian team, the coach that she's in quote unquote cahoots with is no longer the coach.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are you still trying to make this happen?
But
when
even
they
with
clearly
the new coach might fuck with you, maybe not. But my whole thing
the
is
players are expressing like clear like dislike for you.
exactly, and that's my whole thing. Is like,
it's not going to work.
The reason why I just lean that she's a terrible person is like, say you didn't call them monkeys. Why you want to go play for the team full of people who are lying about you calling them monkeys? Doesn't add up.
They clearly do not like you.
What is that? Why would you want to be in a room full
Is
of
this
people
some type of power trip? Is this some like are you getting off on this or like?
Or maybe you're a terrible person and you called them monkeys and now you want to flex on them by being like, I can make the whole world believe that I didn't do it.
And I can pull up. And I'm your teammate.
And y'all just gonna be mad. And then I'm gonna have another thing to complain about and make myself the victim.
Checkmate.
Winner. Shout out to Liz Cambage.
Love you, boo.
Noise. Australia's worst. Really just from a land down under, and I'm not talking about Australia.
Oh, man.
Hell.
Oh, man.
Liz Cambage, you sexy beast. You are from hell. You are from hell. But also, if you can find the time, do send me some of your bath water so that I can drink it.
All right, guys. It's been another episode of the Sultaness Podcast. Your boy Biggs, your boy Billy. We out. Peace.